now over the last several weeks. We've seen a lot of work done by several countries in bringing in a lot of assistance to India. At a time when India was literally gasping for breath, you had countries coming in with oxygen generators, oxygen generating plants, and a lot of other very, very important kit. But apart from that, in the role of the NGO, there have also been companies like Amazon which have done incredible work, and we are very privileged to have Amit Agarwal with us. He's the country head of Amazon. Thanks very much, Amit, for being with us this evening. Now, ventilators, BiPAP machines, millions of dollars of kit that you actually brought in. Tell us a little bit about that, and where did it go?
Yeah, sure. First of all, thanks for having me. I hope everyone watching is safe and well. Truly extremely challenging times for all of us. And, you know, the way we kind of approached this was clearly this is something that requires prioritization on urgent footing. And we essentially put our focus on three main areas. One is the safety and well-being of employees and of our community, and then of our customers and selling partners. The piece that we were most focused on was how do we use our global resources to create a meaningful impact right at the front line. Now, what happened was ACT Grants and the Pune platform for COVID response reached out to us in April to airlift 8,000 oxygen concentrators and 500 BiPAP machines from Singapore. And that kind of gave us the idea that our global logistics network and capabilities and technology could play an important role while everybody in the industry and the government is huddling to figure out how they can support. So we kind of activated our resources, and the first consignment was already in India by April 25th, with the remaining soon after. We also tried to use our supply chain. We procured 1,500 more oxygen concentrators, and we got them to the hospitals. So far, this mission we termed it as Mission Vayu. And so far, Mission Vayu has airlifted more than 14,000 life-saving medical equipment. And we have gotten this to about 150 plus hospitals across the country. So what we are doing is we are very carefully working with the government, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Niti Aayog, trying to understand where there is urgent needs. I'll give you an example. We mobilized the US IVC Global Task Force in the United States and fully funded 100 ventilators ourselves and got the US companies to fund an additional 900 ventilators. But with the help of the government, we were able to identify, and Red Cross, which hospitals need them most. So we basically mobilized the end-to-end delivery, installation, maintenance, training of personnel, so that these ventilators can be put to use. So all in all, our focus has been in getting medical equipment, logistics of that and movement of that. We've also set up oxygen plants in government hospitals. That's kind of where the urgent need is. All in all, about $16.5 million of equipment has made it. Clearly, this is not nearly enough for the crisis of this scale, and we continue to partner with NGOs and the government to find all opportunities to help.
Sure. Amit, you know, what's also interesting is that in this crisis and all of the lockdowns and containment areas, for more than a year now, a lot of people have been relying on companies like Amazon for home delivery of products. And you know, your delivery staff are also frontline workers. They supply to homes where there are COVID patients. They supply to health centers, right? They supply to normal people who may be in a containment zone. They can't get out of their homes that easily. Tell us a little bit about their role and the risks which they themselves have faced.
Yeah, as I said, you know, we have three key priorities at this point in time. Pretty much the whole company is focused on that right now. How do we keep our employees and associates safe? How do we help the crisis efforts that are underway? And how do we serve customers and the selling partners? These people depend upon their lives, upon us for their lives and livelihoods in this crisis mode. So we have to make sure that we are focused simultaneously on all of these areas. So on the employee and associates front, as you pointed out, you know, we have taken quite a few actions. You know, last year we had practiced putting in place all the safety precautions, social distancing norms, testing, masks, and all the practices that are needed, 100+ process changes, so that we can keep our frontline associates safe. Now, this time, as we know, this wave has been even more drastic for all of us, and so we have reviewed our insurance benefits, our leave policies. We're offering counseling. There are a lot of very heartbreaking to see employees lose their loved ones, lose their teammates and colleagues. So they need that kind of well-being stuff, and then emergency medical help. We have a dedicated helpline to assist with hospital search, ambulance, plasma donors, oxygen. One of the most notable efforts that has ground up come up in the company that's having its, I would say, the highest leverage impact is this volunteer group of Amazonians called the COVID Warriors. We have more than 1,000 of these now across 30 plus cities,
Yeah.
and we have formed these small decentralized groups, and we are supporting them centrally with a CS helpline. So Amazon customer service has been pivoted to act as a 24 by 7 helpline for any employee or their families or friends. We are offering a bank of medical equipment, whether it's oxygen, access to isolation centers, medicines, and so on, so that you can rush in to help. And then we have put technology on top of it, like we do at everything at Amazon, that allows expedient resolution of emergency situations. So this has really done a huge, had a huge impact in not only supporting our employees but saving lives. Now, at the same time, we also recognize that customers
No,
and
that
selling
sounds
partners depend upon us.
sure.
So I think
Yeah.
on that
No,
side, we
it
are
sounds,
putting.
it's just fascinating. And throughout this entire period, Amit, so many people across the country have been reliant on services provided by Amazon and other companies like yours. I'm running out of time, so I need to wrap this up. We can talk about the business aspect of all of this in the course of a pandemic year, perhaps later on. On the one hand, people need Amazon, but on the other hand, with salaries dwindling, there's also the entire issue of what people were willing to afford. Perhaps we can do that at another time. I'd like to thank you very much for being with us this evening.